What's up team? Mikey Bell here with Outdoor Adventure Training. Today we're bringing you a lower body focused workout for backpackers. This is called the Yosemite Step Up Workout and it's taken directly from our Backpackers Boot Camp program, which is a 90-day training program designed specifically to meet the demands of backpackers tackling big adventures in the backcountry. Whether you have plans of doing epic hikes in Yosemite or not, this workout is designed to help you build strength, endurance, and stability through the quads, the glutes, and the hamstrings so you could hike deep into the wilderness to your favorite alpine lake or a beautiful river spot wherever you're headed. This program and this workout is designed to help get you there. If you're looking for ways to train more effectively for backpacking, we do have several resources available for you. First, our blog post at outdooradventuretraining.com is a great guide to help walk you through step by step how you should build your training plan. And also our latest YouTube video, How to Train for Backpacking, goes in depth on some things to really consider when you're training for your next adventure. As I mentioned, this is a stability lower body workout. So we're really focusing on technique. This is early on in the training program. We are by no means ramping up the intensity very high with this one. We're rather just really focusing on the biomechanics and activating the intended muscle groups that we're aiming for. You are going to need a few simple pieces of equipment for this workout. First, some sort of a box or step, bench to execute the step up exercise, which is oh so important for anybody training for any hiking related activity. You're also going to need a smaller step or box. I'm going to be using a couple rubber weights. You can use a stool or even an 8-inch stair in your house will work perfectly. Somewhere in that 6 to 12-inch range should be perfect. And for the step up, somewhere in that 12 to 18-inch range is great. If you do have a Bosu ball or dumbbells, we'll show you how to implement that as well, although it is not necessary to complete this body weight oriented workout. That's enough of me talking. We'll open the Outdoor Adventure Training app and click on the Yosemite Step Ups workout. First, we have this dynamic warm-up followed by some single leg balance and then 3 exercises 3 times. This is a 33-minute workout, a lot of threes going on there, but because they're all single leg exercises, it's really 6 sets per circuit. We're starting off with knee circles just to get the joints warmed up. Love doing this exercise, this movement before these workouts, but also before days on the trail. Training hikes should absolutely be a part of your program when you're getting ready to go backpacking. My hands are just resting on my thighs and I'm tracing these big circles with my knees. Now we can switch directions. Really just trying to warm up the joints with this one, get the muscles ready for some action. Nice and easy. All right, we're switching to leg swings next. I've done this many times on this channel. Just swinging this leg forward and back. You can certainly do these walking or stationary. I'm gonna bump this out of the way for the warm up. So if you're walking, just one leg forward and back, really focusing on posture, chest up. Really just trying to get that stretch in the hamstring on the way up and the hip flexor on the way back. Although I do like doing them stationary, kind of get this little upper body twist going. Feels pretty good. Get those legs warmed up. This is a movement I do just about every day. Those hips and hammies ready to go. We will be working both of those muscle groups today in today's workout. A couple more swings. Nice. Butt kicks. More hamstring work here and quads. I'm working on kicking my heel to my glutes. Doesn't really matter how far you travel. Trying to get those quads loosened up, get those hamstrings activated, get the heart rate up. Super important. Just 30 seconds. Side shuffles, staying low, working side to side. I don't have a lot of space in here, so a few shuffles each direction is perfect. Really trying to stay balanced on the transition, meaning I'm not rocking my whole body. I'm staying low, really keeping the glutes engaged, core is engaged, shuffling. Nice. Walking lunges next. Catch your breath, sinking down, driving off that front heel. There is a lunge motion in today's workout. It's really a split squat. That is no different than a lunge. Really good way to stretch out those hip flexors, the quads, but we're also looking for that glute and hamstring activation on the way up. A few more going back. Walking lunges. Tough to beat this as an effective exercise. Training for trail-oriented sports, hiking, backpacking, mountaineering. This is an exercise I use in every single training program that I offer. Okay, we got the inchworm next. This is a classic one. So my knees are more or less locked and I'm trying to get my hands to the ground before walking out to a plank position. Feel free to throw a couple push-ups in there. Then back to downward dog, and then I'm trying to walk my feet in towards my hands as far as I can go while keeping straight knees, walking it back out to a plank. So if hamstring, lower back mobility is an issue and you only go this far, that's totally fine. If you do this regularly, like with anything else in life, it will get better. Oh. Whew. Good to stretch out the back. I am quite sore, I'm not gonna lie. Been getting after it in the mountains, in the gym. Okay, nice work. Short little break, shake those legs out. We got a 40-second rest. And before we dive into the actual workout, we're doing some single leg balancing isometric loading exercises. So really all we're doing is balancing on one leg and stabilizing. This is foundational, and we integrate this early on in most of our programs, especially ones that people are training for hiking objectives, because you got to be able to balance on one leg. That is the starting point for just about every movement. So we practice this often. Okay, so single leg isometric load. I'm bending in the ankle, knee, and hip. My spine is neutral, meaning I'm not rounded, and I'm trying to get low, and then I'm isometrically squeezing. So I'm not just hanging out here for the 35 seconds. I'm really trying to squeeze and create that brain-body connection. We're just balancing. Not super long, hang in there. Keep breathing. Nice. Short rest. Shake that leg out, 10 seconds, switching to the other side. So head on, anterior view. Pay attention to your knee. Don't let it collapse inward. We're gonna talk about that a lot today. Keep that thing externally rotated. Bend in the hip, knee, ankle. Stabilize and squeeze. It's really key with these. Keep holding, keep breathing. Get that knee out. Nice job. Short rest. We're repeating this sequence again. We're gonna add a level of challenge. If that was really difficult, repeat it the same. If not, we're gonna get into that same loaded position, but now my goal is to keep my heel off the ground for the duration of the set, and that's gonna look different person to person. Your heel might just be a tiny little bit off the ground. Get it up as high as you can, comfortably. So more balance involved, more foot, ankle, lower leg strength, which is so important for trail-oriented sports. Really feeling that load in the quad with this one, which is great. Quick rest, shake it out, switch into the other side, and then we're done with the isometric loading. Not so bad. We like to ease into things slowly here at Outdoor Adventure Training. Okay, get set up in the standard one. Whoop. Get that heel off the ground. Still try to focus on that glute hamstring activation. Might be easy to feel it in that quad, or not easy, but think about squeezing that glute hamstring complex. Get that posterior chain activation. We'll be working on that in the actual workout. It's okay if one side is not as balanceful as the other. Whew. Short rest, 30-second rest. Grab your box. We're doing step ups. One of my all-time favorite exercises for outdoor athletes. You just can't beat it. It's the most sport-specific movement you could possibly do. Okay, so this is 18 inches. My leg is about at a 90 when my foot's up on the bench. So do what's appropriate for you. If 12 inches is a good starting place, go for it. We got 60 seconds. My chest is up, minimizing the push off the back leg. Up to center, balance, down slow. Again, driving through the whole foot, really emphasizing posterior chain activation, glutes and hamstrings. So my knee head on, I'm mitigating the cave, the inward motion. We do not want that. Keep that knee in line with that second and third toe, all the way up to center, down slow. No weight necessary for this one, especially early on. We're really working on the mechanics. The way down does matter just as much as the way up. Coming down super slow. Try to sit back when you're coming down. We're not just releasing to the floor. Nice. Short rest. So I really want to emphasize that eccentric phase, which is the coming back down. That's where strength is built. And it's really, really important to emphasize the movement in that phase of the exercise. Repeating this on the other leg, chest is up. Drive through the heel, coming down slow. Notice when I come down, I'm not leaning forward this way. I'm trying to resist as I sink back. And at some point, gravity is gonna come in and you're probably gonna hit the ground, hopefully with your foot. Notice we're doing one leg and then the other leg. This gives you the opportunity to perform 10 to 15 reps or so in a 60-second period because we're going slow. Consecutively on one leg, start to build that pattern. Later on in the training program, we integrate marching step-ups where you're alternating legs or faster pace step-ups to really increase the exercise diversity. Nice work. Okay, short rest. I'm gonna kick this box out of the way for now. And now we have a deep split squat. Okay, this is an amazing exercise. I've been using this a lot, super effective. We're working on a slightly different system here, less glute and hamstring, more quadricep, which is super, super key. So we're getting into this lunge position, maybe a little bit wider than you usually would. Now, rather than just dropping straight down like I would in a standard lunge, I'm really gonna try to drive this forward knee as far forward as I can while maintaining contact with my heel, and then I'm pushing back to center, okay? The heel contact is really key for now. If you can't go very far, consider elevating this heel with some sort of a small platform, a block, a wedge, whatever you got. But notice I'm really driving forward and my shoulders staying stacked over the hips, pushing through that front quad. You're probably feeling it in the back hip flexor as well. Great way to stretch out those hips. Nice work. We'll be switching sides. It's really all in the setup. So my spacing, I'm on railroad tracks. I'm not super wide. I'm not in line. I'm really square, hip width distance apart, which is kind of what we're going for. Okay, so opposite leg forward, left leg forward, chest is up. Again, knee forward and down. As my hips sink in there, my foot staying grounded. Great way to build stability through the knee joint. Strengthening those quadriceps, adductors. And yes, we are still getting some glute and hamstring activation, just not as much as in the step up. One thing to pay attention to with this one is keeping your core engaged. The tendency could be to overarch through the back to compensate. Keep that belly button drawn in. Even if that means decreasing your range of motion, that is quite all right. Drive that knee. Get as low as you can comfortably, which might not be as far as I'm going, and that's okay. Nice work. Okay, we're done with the split squats for now. We're transitioning next to a reverse step up. This is where we need our smaller box or step. Again, I'm just using two 35-pound plates. They feel like 35 pounds today. They're heavy. Okay, so I'm just getting on top of the step. I'm gonna start with my right leg, and I'm just gonna work same motion as the split squat, driving that knee forward, whole foot is staying grounded, pushing through the quad, glute, and hamstring to come back up. This might not look like much, but it is super, super effective at targeting the quads, strengthening the glutes and hamstrings as well. Also working on calf mobility. So my other leg is just floating out in front, tapping that heel down. Okay. Notice I'm really pushing the knee forward. I'm not hinging at the hip to achieve this. My goal with this is to push my knee as far forward as I can while maintaining contact through the heel. We'll be switching legs next. So this exercise most closely mimics walking downhill. So many people train for the uphill, which is great, but don't forget about going back down. I honestly see more people struggle going down than up because it's so much stress on the joints. Chest is up, sinking that knee forward. My left leg is not as strong as my right in this motion, which is exactly why I do it. Try to stay balanced, driving that knee straight forward, meaning we're not letting it collapse inward with this, which is why this is a slow-paced workout. We're working on the biomechanics, getting the repetition to build the proper movement patterns. That's where it's at, team. Notice it's really not a lot of motion. I don't need any external resistance yet down the road. We can add that maybe in the next round. We'll see. Might even start to feel this in your hip flexor a little bit. That's good. Don't shy away from strengthening the hips. Nice work. I'm gonna move these out of the way for now. We'll get a quick drink of water. Repeat that sequence 2 more times. It might seem a little repetitive and redundant to do it multiple times, but that's exactly what we need. We need that repetition. It is so key. If you think about the hike you're training for, you hear me doing a lot of step ups, a lot of step downs. You better be able to do this for 30 minutes. I'm gonna grab just a light medicine ball here. This is gonna help with core activation. Right leg up, chest is up, and then down slow. You don't need to add any external resistance for this workout. You're doing this in March and your backpacking trip is in May or June. you're in great shape to slowly build up. I like adding the medicine ball. It gives me something to hold on to, keeps my core more engaged. It also helps me sit back a little better in my step up. And it does add a little bit of a challenge. Again, continuous reps on one leg. Down slow. Last one, come down super slow. Nice work. So repetition tempo is something I talk a lot about in our training programs. Stability training, which is what we're doing today, should execute a 4-1-2 tempo. That means 4 seconds on the way down, a 1 second hold, and then 2 seconds on the way up. So in the step up, it should look like this. 2 seconds on the way up, 1, 2, 1 second hold. Now the hard part, 4 seconds on the way down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Most people are not gonna do 4 seconds on the way down, myself included. Guilty. I should though. It's hard. And really the emphasis, if it takes 3 seconds, it's okay. It's that you're going slow on the way down, on that eccentric phase. You see my left leg wobbling there? On the way down, going slow, keep that glute engaged. Excellent. A few more. I do love the hold at the top for just a brief pause to show me that you got it, that it's stable, meaning we're not coming up, putting our other foot down, okay? We wanna, that was a sloppy rep on the way down. We're coming up, stabilizing, down slow. Good work. Okay, deep split squat. As promised, let's spice it up a bit. If you don't have a Bosu ball, no worries. Do what you've been doing. I'm gonna add the Bosu because I have it right here. And you know what? Why now? I'm gonna go right leg on top again. Okay? And same thing applies. I'm just adding a level of instability so I can still complete my rep, still drive that knee forward. This does deepen that stretch in the back hip flexor, create some more instability through the foot and ankle. Pushing back up. Sinking down deep. Pushing back up. Ooh, more balance. If you don't have a Bosu ball, but you want to increase the instability, any sort of a foam pad, even a thick blanket or towel, something that's not super solid is going to help. But if there's one piece of equipment I'd recommend any outdoor adventurer to own, it's the trusty Bosu ball. I have no affiliation with them outside of I've been using one for, man, 15 years now. I love them. Definitely feel that more so in the hip flexor because that leg is elevated, gives us more room for deeper range of motion. Switching legs. I'm gonna get set up here, reaching that back leg back. That's really key with this one. Wider than you might think. Driving that knee forward. Get up on that back toe. Driving forward. Sinking down. Hang in there. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of elevation gain work. We're doing a oat vert challenge this month on Strava. Mid-month or so right now. I think today's the 14th. I'm at about 25,000 feet. I'd like to get closer to 60. Especially as mountaineering season approaches. Move that Bosu out of the way. Nice work. Going back to the reverse step up for the second time. I'm gonna grab my medicine ball again. Simply, whoops, because I like to add a challenge. And again, that core activation. You don't have a medicine ball, This is 10 pounds. Find something in your house that weighs 10 pounds and hold it. A bag of rice, a light backpack with some weight in it, whatever you got. And same thing, I'm driving that knee forward, coming back up. If you want more difficulty as well, raise the height of your step. I don't feel like I need that. I'm working with about 8 inches here. That seems perfect for me. Really focusing on driving that knee forward. Again, it might not look like much, but if you're following along, hopefully you're feeling it by now. Strong quads are just as important as a strong posterior chain. Driving that knee. Really focus on what the arch of your foot is doing. Tendency is for it to collapse and cave in. Stay externally rotated. Last rep. Not that externally rotated. Got a little off balance there. Definitely feeling that in the quads today. All that vert. Been filming a lot of exercises here in the oat gym. Been a big week. I love it though. That's what we live for. Driving that knee forward. Chest up. Really push that knee. Woo! Feel it in the calf. The gastrocnemius and soleus, more so on this side than the right, which is an indication I might need to do a little more mobility training on the calves. I don't think I've done a calf and foot specific mobility routine. I'm gonna do that. Whether you think you need that or not, you do. Keeping that whole foot grounded. Drive that knee forward. Nice work. Good job. 40-second rest. Just got one more time through this circuit. If you are absolutely getting smoked by this workout, no worries. You got to start somewhere. It's okay. It's early on. If you're doing this in the springtime, you're setting yourself up for success this summer. Okay, last round of step ups. Let's see, medicine ball, definitely. Only we're gonna add a few more pounds. This is not a strength endurance workout by any means, but adding a little bit of resistance can give you something to really focus on the way down. Just get a little bit more out of that exercise. Again, if you don't have it, it's no worries. You might not need it. Balance, down slow. Where I'm at with training right now though, I definitely get more out of an exercise like this with a small amount of resistance, really just for the sake of increasing core engagement. Down slow. Nice work. Switching sides. Yeah. Getting ready to tear it up this summer. In spring, guide season officially starts 6 weeks. Got plenty of time. I'll actually be a facilitator of guide training for new guides this year. Excited about that. Meet a bunch of rookies. Hard to believe this will be my 7th season of professional mountain and backpacking guiding. Let's not lose the plot here. Focus on what that knee's doing. Don't let it cave in. Oh yeah. Feeling that core engagement with this extra resistance. One more for good measure here. Nice work. I'll probably use that again for the reverse step ups. Get this out of the way. I'm gonna do the Bozu split squats again. Love that variation for building stability. You could alternatively hold a medicine ball, add some resistance. I'm all for it if it's within your wheelhouse. Here we go. Get set up, chest up, balance, drive that knee forward, back to center. Definitely feeling the increased range of motion on this final round. I'm shooting this one earlier in the morning. Body's always a little bit tighter first thing. Sometimes it takes 30 minutes to warm up, especially out on the trail. I'm sure most watching this video could attest to that. Usually by mile 3, I'm in the groove. Sinking down, driving that knee. Nice job, switching legs. Last set of split squats. Getting up on that back toe. Whoops. Happens. No worries. Chest up. Sinking down. Drive that knee. This is my less coordinated side. We gotta focus. That was the adjustment I needed. My feet were a little too close together. Couple more. Drive that knee, drop those hips, core engaged. Last one. Whew. Done with the Bozu. One final set of reverse step ups. I'm gonna go ahead, grab that 20-pounder again, because why the heck not? Chest up. Hold that ball, drive that knee. Again, keep that heel grounded. So inversely to the step up that we did in the beginning, 4-1-2 tempo should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1000, 1, 2. Super, super slow. Even if you do half of that, you're gonna be better off than most. Most people go like this, which has benefit too, but not this early on in training. Oh, woo! Feeling that. On the last set, I love it. That's really where it's at. Amazing job. Last set here, and then we're done for today. Unless you want to follow this up with another little core workout. We got plenty of those on our channel. If not, last set, here we go. Let's get it done, team. Slow on the way down. Drive that knee forward, tap. Keep that foot grounded, tap, Drive that knee nice and slow. Woo, I am feeling it in this final round. That's why we do 3. This is where the growth happens. Dig deep, come on, push through it. Almost done. Last one, slow. Nice job. Good work, way to get it done. Definitely not an easy workout, but it should be moderately challenging. That's really what we're going for early on in the training program, especially in stabilization phase. Thank you so much for joining us in this Yosemite Step Up workout. I really hope you find value in this and you're able to transfer everything that you learned and practiced today to your next hike out on the trail. Think about it on the way down. Driving that knee forward, getting the quad engagement. When you're walking uphill, get that glute and hamstring engagement. We're doing this for a reason, and it's so we can perform at our best when we're out in the mountains. If you want more workouts like this in a structured training program, check out our website at outdoorventuretraining.com/backpacking. Start your 7-day free trial in the Backpackers Bootcamp and really take your training to the next level. Thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, share it with your backpacking team, and we'll see you next time here at Outdoor Adventure Training.